Hey, are you looking for a house, townhome, maybe a condo? Not sure where to live? Well, knowledge is power, and we are coming up with the Lower Mainland Real Estate Market Update for February 21 right after this. Welcome to the February 2021 Real Estate Market Update. We're going to do things just a little different today. In the first part of the video, we're going to focus on the Metro Vancouver area and the Greater Vancouver area stats. And the second half, we're going to focus on the Fraser Valley stats. So right now, we're going to give the overview of the general statistics for real estate for the Greater Vancouver and Metro Vancouver Board. Competition amongst home buyers is putting upward pressure on home prices across Metro Vancouver and Fraser Valley. The Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver reports that residential home sales in the region totaled 3,727 homes in February of 2021, which is a whopping 74% increase from the 2,150 homes recorded in February of 2020. And a 56% increase from the 2,389 homes sold in January of 2021. Last month's sales were 42.8% above the 10-year February sales average. Pretty impressive. The housing market is experiencing strong sellers market conditions. The supply of listings for sale isn't keeping up with the demand we're seeing. Competition amongst home buyers is causing multiple offer situations and upward pressure on prices. This is particularly true in the townhouse market, where demand is outstripping the available supply. Conditions differ depending on location and property type. There were 5,048 detached, attached, and condo homes newly listed for sale in the multiple listing service in the Metro Vancouver, Greater Vancouver areas in February of 2021. This represents a 26.1% increase compared to the 4,000 homes listed in February of 2020, and a 12% increase compared to January 2021 when 4,480 homes were listed. The total number of homes currently listed for sale on MLS in the Metro and Greater Vancouver areas totals 8,358 properties, which is a 9.1% decrease compared to February of 2020, where there was 9,195, and a 0.6% increase compared to January of 2021, where there was 8,306. This is 21% below the February 10-year average for new listings. Sales of detached homes in Metro Vancouver reached 1,231 in February of 2021, which is an 80% increase from the 685 detached sales recorded in February of 2020. The benchmark price for a detached home is $1,621,000, which represents a 13.7% increase from February of 2020 and a 2.8% increase compared to January of 2021. Sales of condo homes reached 1,759 in February of 2021, which is a 66% increase compared to the 1,061 sales in February of 2020. The benchmark price for a condo is now standing at $697,000, which represents a 2.5% increase from February of 2020 and a 2.5% increase compared to 2021. Townhome sales in February 2021 totaled 737, which is an 82% increase compared to the 404 sales in February of 2020. The benchmark price of an attached home now is $839,000. This represents a 7.2% increase from February of 2020 and a 2.9% increase compared to January of 2021. In summary, these statistics show you how on fire the market is all across the Lower Mainland. That's why it's imperative that you understand what's happening in each different market so you can make an informed decision. Knowledge is power. So at this point, we're going to delve into the three separate areas on an individual basis and give you some highlights in those areas just so you understand what's happening with pricing and activity. So we'll start off with the Metro Vancouver right now. The Metro Vancouver area includes the downtown, west side, east side, North Vancouver, West Vancouver, Richmond, Tsawwassen, and Ladner. Now, the downtown market was in a buyer's market in December, and it's been changing over the last couple of months. Whereas in December, it was between 12 and 17%. Now that ratio has gone up to 32%, which now becomes a seller's market. We sold a place in December, which was purchased in 2018 for $950,000, just sold in the middle of December for $810,000, which is about 17% less than it was purchased for in 2018. But now the market's made a little bit of a turn. After the mass exodus out of Vancouver, now prices have come down. More people are coming downtown to take advantage of those reductions in pricing. Which is really interesting too, is that the days on the market from January, which stood at 32, and in February, it's now only 12 days. And the sell-through ratio in the downtown condo market and townhome market, it stands at 32%, which you're definitely in a seller's market. So when it comes down to detached homes in the west side, the overall sell-through ratio is 22%, which is just at the very, very beginning of a seller's market. Now, if we compare the west side to the east side, big, big difference there. And if we just talk about detached homes for a second, the overall sell-through ratio in East Vancouver is 39%. Why? Basically, it's the price point. On the west side, the average home price for detached is $3,288,000. The price for a detached home in East Van is $1,700,000. Days on the market, which were only 14 in January, has dropped to 8 days in February. And the sell-through ratio is at 39%. So way more activity in the East Vancouver market just because of price point. So the activity goes where it's more affordable. And you'll see that in some other stats. The further we go away from downtown Vancouver, the sell-through ratio increases, days in the market decreases, activity goes up. So a quick note, when you're in West Vancouver, the sell-through ratio at this point in time is 26%, and the average price is $3.1 million. Now, if you were to go into Richmond, the sell-through ratio is at 32%, and the average price is $1,750,000. And the average days in the market is roughly about the same, 30 days. Really big difference now is when you get into the Ladner Tsawwassen. And Tsawwassen, the sell-through ratio is at 58%, and a detached average price is $1,293,000. Days in the markets dropped dramatically out in Tsawwassen from 36 days to 7. Another indication, huge demand out there and lots of activity. So we finished with the Metro Vancouver area. Now we're going to move into the Greater Vancouver area. The Greater Vancouver area encompasses New Westminster, Burnaby, Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, Pitt Meadows, and Maple Ridge. Now again, that's quite a ways away from downtown Vancouver, and the numbers change dramatically. So let's just say we'll go out and we'll look at maybe New Westminster, okay? New West at this point in time, the sell-through ratio is at 58%, and the average price of a detached home is $1,308,000. The days on market in January was 49. In February, it was only 7. If you're looking to go even a little bit further out, Port Coquitlam has some amazing statistics. Detached sell-through ratio is 86% in Port Coquitlam. And the average price of a home there is $1,283,000. And the days on the market is the same, 8 in January, 8 in February. Which is really interesting to note here is that we look back to August, when that was kind of like almost besides the early part of the pandemic, August was kind of the down point of many sub areas. And in Port Coquitlam, the average price was $960,000. Today, it's $1,280,000. So you're looking at almost $320,000 difference in the space of 6 months. So you can see when you're going further out to the burbs that you get more bang for your buck. And that's mostly why people are going, because you can buy a detached house in lots of areas in the $1.2 to $1.3 million range. Now we're going to move into the Fraser Valley. The Fraser Valley is experiencing tremendous activity. And as usual, prices are going up there and activity is way up. Some very, very interesting statistics in the Fraser Valley. Now that area, Fraser Valley, includes Surrey, South Surrey, White Rock, North Delta, Cloverdale, Langley, Abbotsford, and Mission. We've been selling a lot of homes out in the Fraser Valley, and we've been quite lucky, even though we've been involved in numerous multiple offers. It's only because we've discovered a little bit of a negotiating tool, which we've utilized in the last 6, and out of the 6, we've actually won 5. So I'm pretty impressed about that, and I have to thank my staff for our little round table that we came up with this scenario, and our mortgage brokers also. Pretty cool. So as we delve into the Fraser Valley board, some very amazing statistics here also. Like if you just take a look at Surrey itself, the sell-through ratio there is 79%, and the average price is $1,292,000. In August, it was only $1,080,000. The days on market has gone from 13 down to 7. So let's look at Langley. Langley is a pretty cool place. I know it's a little bit further away. We've been doing some land assembly work out there, but there's some very extremely cozy neighborhoods. One of them brings up to mind is Brookswood. Man, it's like living in the country, but not being in the country. However, the total sell-through ratio in Langley is 77%, and the house average price is $1.29 million. Days on market is dropped 50% from 12 to 6. There are some very hot areas out there, and Brookswood is the leader at 87%. Then you go into Campbell Valley, which is 63%, Langley City's at 70%, Murrayville, another cozy neighborhood, is at 82%. Salmon River and Walnut Grove, both in the 60 to 64%. Pretty amazing statistics. So moving along, let's just check out Abbotsford. In Abbotsford, the sell-through ratio is 116%. Days on the market's dropped from 10 to 7, and the average price out there now is $1,040,000. Unbelievable. And you think 116%, how does that happen? Well, what it is, within that certain period of time, inventory changes from active to sold, and in some cases there's more coming in and lots more being sold. So it drives up the numbers. So that concludes the real estate statistics for Metro Vancouver, Greater Vancouver, and the Fraser Valley. It's really a synopsis, not very detailed, but gives you an idea where the market's going, and it's on fire. If you need any guidance whatsoever, if you'd like some copy of the statistics, don't hesitate to call, email, or text us 604-418-7653 or at david@davidcrawford.com. We really appreciate you watching. If you like this video, please click the like button, and if you'd like to be notified of further videos that we put out, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Thanks very much.